Hi, this is a twin flame check-in, just to see what is going on in the collective, and just see what messages come through, basically. So, without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to start with the feminines, some of these this deck, and we're going to start with kind of like the feminines. Current energy, any guidance, and what is coming up for the rest of this week. So I really want to focus on between now and kind of like just after the new moon. So let's see Feminine's current energy. First card that flew out is the World. So, and I'm hearing a round of applause. So congratulations, Feminines, a lesson has been learned and integrated. It's like, you haven't just learned the lesson, you are actually putting it into practice. So it's really kind of like a well done from the universe. Say that currently your hard work has been recognised. It has been recognised, and there's a sense of achievement here as well. Like, this is something which your feminines have really struggled with for some time that is being completed. You just have to ignore the dog in the background. I'm dog sitting at the moment. Okay, let's see what guidance. Another card that flew out, and it's the Ten of Cups. Lots of tens here as well. So the guidance for feminines is trust that your happy ending is coming. This union, the relationship you've been trying to manifest, it is coming, and it's because you've learned and integrated these lessons. It's like you've known for some time what action you needed to do. You've known for months really that you had to sit back and get in your power and really let things flow to you without trying to force or push things. And because you've known these lessons for some time, it's been like, well, when are you going to start actually putting them to practice? And that's what you have been doing, maybe even just for the last month or so, and even if you've had dips in and out, don't worry about it, because it's like, overall, yes, this lesson has been integrated. You have really understood the meaning behind it. So just trust that this is coming together. And also, don't just focus on the happy relationship. Don't just focus on that. There's so much more to this connection than, this like 3D union that you're trying to manifest. You will have that, but try to express gratitude for other kind of aspects. Okay, and what the feminines can expect for the rest of this week, including the new moon at the weekend. If we're allowed to find out. I really feel like there's something coming which I'm just not meant to know about this week. I'm going to give it another couple of shuffles, and if nothing jumps out, we're not going to pull for this. So let's once more, Spirit, what is coming up for the feminines for the rest of this week? It's 5 of Swords, but I didn't feel that at all. And the King of Cups. Right, okay. We have loads of jumping cards now. So the first card that came out was a 5 of Swords, and I really sense that as walking away from conflicts and arguments. So this week is going to see a big change happening, which is very positive. It's walking away from the grief and sadness as well. You look at this person crying in the background, and I really just sense that feminines are walking away from their sadness, their desperation, and also lots of them, their ego. They are leaving a big part of their ego behind. King of Cups, they can expect their masculine to be more grounded, and they can expect to be more balanced themselves. So feminines are going to really be feeling very in tune with their emotions, but very secure about it as well, not letting it overwhelm them. And then these 3 kind of came out as well. We had the 3 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. So really, feminines, for the rest of this week, you're going to see the end of this sadness, walking away from the heartache and the hurt, because you know that new horizons are coming. And with the 9 of Pentacles, I just feel like you're going to be having more fun. So it is going to get lighter for the rest of this week, not heavier in the build up to the new moon. Right, we're going to do the same for the masculine. So let's look at the masculine's current energy, please, Spirit. What is the masculine's current energy? I'm sure something flipped. Yeah. Eight of Cups. So the masculines right now are walking away from what doesn't serve them and walking towards what they want. I'm going to get a clarifier for this to see what is this Eight of Cups about. Nine of Cups and the Moon. So something about the new moon as well for these masculines. They are walking away from what doesn't serve them anymore, what doesn't fulfill them, and walking towards their wish fulfillment. And 8, 9, this missing cup here is going to be found. This is confirmation that they are going to find it, and it's going to come around this new moon. There's no doubt in my mind that these masculines are having a bit of a breakthrough with the new moon this weekend, and that's when they're going to find this missing piece. We've seen this coming up for so long in the energies, and it feels like this never-ending journey, but I actually I actually feel that the new moon this weekend is going to bring about this missing cup. It's going to be complete. The piece of the jigsaw that we've been waiting for. This is also, the last kind of like moon event we have in September, the 9th month. A journey they began in August is completing in September. So for those of you who really sense that the masculine maybe walked away from the connection or went soul searching in August, September is going to see that being completed. It's going to see them finding that missing cup, and it is going to be with this new moon. So that's good. Now we're going to get some guidance for the masculines, but I really feel like that was kind of like the masculine message we were meant to get. Yeah. Guidance for the masculines is Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. So such a contradiction here. And it is just, don't rush, but don't move too slowly. That's all I'm getting for the guidance for the masculines. It's think things through carefully, but also take action. Don't just sit back and wait. There is going to be time for reflection, time for action. It's important that the masculines let their intuition guide them towards which one is relevant. Okay, and the masculines for the rest of this week, but I kind of feel like we've already had that message. But we'll see if anything else comes out. So masculines for the rest of this week and for this weekend, what can we expect to see for them? Knave of Pentacles. I'm being guided to look in the book for this. So there's something in here which we are meant to see. Pentacles. Application, ability to learn. So the rest of this week, I feel like the masculines are actually really willing to learn more about this connection, willing to put the effort in on their part, I think. And interesting, this eight of chalices in this deck is all about maturity. And if you watch my reading from the start of September, I said, the masculine needs to mature, needs to develop. And we had that completing with this new moon in September. That is going to be wish fulfillment. Well-being, fulfillment, satisfaction. Okay. I'm going to put these cards back and we're going to do another spread for the collective energies to see what is going on. And I am going to use a combination of decks. We're going to use Tarot of Sexual Magic, which does contain nudity and intimate images, and we're going to use the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. I'm going to start with this actually. Okay, so what is going on in the collective between the masculines and the feminines? Don't even know where that went. Two cards jumped out. Spread your wings and shine, and look how both have their arms open. This is opening the heart centers. So I feel like collectively right now we are opening up to love. For lots of us, maybe we kind of closed it off before, and now it's like we're letting love back in. It is going to start coming back to our lives, and ready to ascend to the next level of commitment in this connection, however that may look. Solar plexus chakra, so make sure you are clearing your chakras and your energy space frequently, especially with these energy shifts. Also being drawn to the 3rd of October where Pluto goes direct, so that's going to be significant. So next week, I'm not sure what day it is, but on the 3rd of October, Yeah, Pluto retrograde ends. We've already had Saturn turn direct, but it feels like when Pluto goes direct, that's where there's really going to be a big shift, where we see kind of a culmination of all the lessons we've learned over the last 5-6 months, and we start seeing results materialize. Okay, so for the rest of this week, between the masculines and feminines, what can we expect to see, please, Spirit? What is going on for the rest of this week and this weekend? Ooh. We have throat chakra, and then I pulled refusing to see, but I feel like that I'm not resonating with this card right now. So it feels very past. It's like where one or both of you have been refusing to see the truth of this connection, or refusing to see refusing to feel the connection, you know, just being really blocked off to it, I suppose, really closed off to this connection. That is going to change. And the throat chakra, I do sense communication, you know. To me, this is saying the rest of this week, and with the new moon, I feel like communication is going to start coming in. There are definitely going to be changes in communication. I'm going to get a clarifier for this throat chakra card, please. Find balance. Yep. Communication about all of these things, about the past, the future, about everything that's been out of balance. I feel like there's going to be communication which just puts you both on the same page, where you both discuss what you want and start moving towards it. There's going to be choices and decisions made as well this week, and I really feel that around the new moon we're going to see those being communicated. So collectively, what do we have? Nine of Chalices again, so we had that out early for the masculine. So the rest of this week, yes, we do have this final chalice being found, this wish fulfillment and communication. You know, the Five of Swords also came out for the feminines, didn't it, for what to expect this week. I'm going to actually read the Five of Swords from the book again. Shaking things up. You must overcome the fear of judgments, shame, and a sense of inadequacy. You must give yourself a good shake and take some risks. So I am sensing that the rest of this week collectively you are going to be shaking things up. There's going to be a change in the energy which is going to be very, very positive. And I feel like there's going to be any kind of like illusions are really going to be fading away this week. I think the new moon is just going to bring so much clarity. Like clarity is a word that's been really coming to me. Yep, strength card, you will be gaining strength. You'll be feeling much stronger by the end of the week. And this week is about the connection strengthening, you know, really trusting in the connection. When you don't see 3D results, it's very easy to kind of start doubting and not believing in the connection you have with your counterpart. So this week has been really testing you to see, you know, do you trust this soul connection? Or do you have to see the 3D results? You know, can you just feel the connection and, you know, love this person regardless of not seeing progress? The Sun. The Sun is a card of union. It's actually two people giving to each other to reach a long-lasting union. That's what it means in this deck, and it's harvest time here. Okay, this week, what is going on in the collective, please? Seven of Chalices. I definitely feel like the masculines are going to be wanting to communicate, wanting to speak their truth. And it is that sense of it's been coming in slowly for some time. But there's something about this last big moon event, I suppose, in September, which is really completing a cycle which began like Lionsgate time, or even earlier, like full moon eclipse on the 17th of July. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here, number 7. The full moon eclipse on the 17th of July, whatever has been building since then, it's going to come to completion. The balance is going to be restored from all those kind of like cosmic shifts. And what else do we have? Seven of Wands. This sunlight that's going to start shining in this week is really going to dispel those illusions and fears. You're going to be seeing the truth of the situation. I'm getting such a Gatsby vibe here. Like the masculine of this connection really has never given up. Even if you've not seen them, even if they've been at a distance, you know, not not really taking much action. You know, the love has been burning so strong. Maybe even been keeping a close eye on their feminine, but if not, you know, they've just been really, really focused on the love. Okay, I'm just gonna put these away, and then we're gonna get some guidance messages from some of the oracle decks, and then we're going to get some messages from your counterpart, and then we'll leave the reading there because I don't want to pry too much. So let's see any guidance we've got for those watching. Clairvoyance. So you are being opened up spiritually. You know, you are being awakened, so you can start receiving your own guidance so that you can really see the truth of the situation. So trust your own abilities, trust your own intuition before, you know, messages from other people. You know, really let yourself be guided now. Teaching and learning. So yep, cycles are coming to completion. You might be tested to check whether or not you've actually learned these lessons. And you know, once you feel in a very grounded and stable place, help others who need it as well. You know, really kind of like support others in the collective who might be going through a hard time. Let's get an animal for this week, please, for those watching. Okay, we have panda, which is, for me, I'm getting, in fact, I'll show you, we get panda, blue heron, and emu. And I am sensing here that the masculines are creating a very sacred space this week. They really are deep in thought, deep in reflection and contemplating, opening up to new possibilities, you know, opening up to the spiritual connection, really not closing themselves off anymore. Meanwhile, the feminines, it's a good time for you to go on a new adventure this week. You know, the emu is a card of travel and adventure, but also I'm getting that feminines are really kind of getting their head out the sand now. They're really, yeah, just seeing things very clearly and starting to have more fun. Between the masculines and the feminines, I do feel like you'll both be discussing, again, you know, the blue heron. I'm really drawn to the blue, the throat chakra, the communication. And the message on this card is making a stand for what you believe in and doing what feels right in spite of judgment or disapproval from others. And straight away, I'm feeling like you're going to be communicating despite what maybe like your friends and family have been saying. You know, maybe they really disapprove of the connection, and I feel like both of you, those family influences or those influences from friends, they're not going to be holding you both back. You know, you're not going to care about the judgment you receive from others. You know, maybe the last 2 months have been really intense, really hard, and your friends and stuff have been telling you to move on, and an opportunity is going to arise, and they're going to be like, oh, well, you know, you give them another chance, or, you know, what are you doing that for? I thought you've learned your lesson. And it's that kind of disapproval which just, it's not going to be listened to. You're not going to be listening to it. Okay, let's see what the feminine has to say to her masculine. So feminine to the masculine for the rest of this week, we have I need to be alone right now, which is interesting. You know, learning those lessons, walking away from all the past, the hurt. You know, there's a lot of healing going on this week. Feminine to the masculine. Clear your energy. And I don't mean to ignore you. For the feminines, you know, stepping back into their power, you know, kind of feels like they need some time to really stabilize. And yeah, it's not that they're ignoring their masculine, they're just shifting into their power. They're stopping reaching out from a place of lack or negativity. You know, they're stopping chasing. That's what it is, you know. It's not ignoring it, it's I'm not going to chase anymore. Okay, masculine to their feminine. There is no obstacle I wouldn't face for our love. Don't go anywhere, I am coming back. And one final message for this week, please, from a masculine to the feminine. We can do this together. So I think those messages are pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good read, and hopefully gives you some insight into what is going on for the rest of this week. And definitely communication will start coming in this week or shortly after next week. yeah, sending you lots of love and light. I hope you really enjoy the rest of this week and have a wonderful new moon.